Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out RV Daydream, and today we're looking at something for my power needs. I need power.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream. So you guys know generators. I've been dealing with a lot of generators, and it's because power is a necessity when you're out boondocking. Now, as far as most of our camping trips, it seems like that we're always connected to power. But we know that's going to change. We know that there's going to be situations where we need power. Now, if you guys don't know, obviously, I have a YouTube channel. You guys are watching it right now. And I have a laptop. It's a Predator 17X. That thing is power hungry, let me tell you. So as far as keeping that charged up and going so I can keep on giving you guys content, it needs something. And maybe this will fit the bill. Now, I've done reviews before about portable power supplies, and this one is probably a little bit better than the old one because it's so much more portable. The last one took up a little bit of room. I couldn't put it in like a backpack or anything like that. It was like a little box. I would have to carry around a little box. And even though this thing looks like it's pretty big, that other power supply that I was using was about this size. It did a good job, but wow, come on now. We've got some better form factors going on here. Now, I'm going to be full disclosure here, and this was something that was sent to me. I wasn't paid. I didn't tell them that I was going to give them a great review. I'm basically going to tell you what I think about it and see how well it works for our situation. Because, quite honestly, the 2 batteries that I have on the tongue of this trailer may not be enough. And the fact that I have a Renogy 100-watt solar panel, that'll make it nice because this has MC4 connectors that'll allow it to charge. And don't fret if you don't have something that has a solar charger built in, like that Renogy. Guess what? This one has a solar charger built in. Wow, can we say packaging? This thing was packaged really well. That big box held this little freaking compact little unit. This thing weighs about 6 pounds, and you can see nice carrying handle, nice case. I like the fact that it's rubber as far as the way it feels, and again, so much smaller than the old one, huh? Instruction booklet and a couple boxes. Let's see what's inside these boxes. Alright, just like we thought, a couple of MC4 connectors for the solar panel, and that will allow it to recharge that way. You also have some sort of a power cable here. You have a traditional USB-C male on both ends, and then you have a power port, a cigarette power port. And then the meat and potatoes, something that can plug into the wall and allow it to recharge that way. Alright, so if you use your wall charger, which that's what this is here, traditional wall charger that plugs in and recharges it on the backside there, it's going to take about 6 to 8 hours to recharge it using that. If you want to plug it into your automobile, they do not have the plug included. However, of course, you can purchase separately, and that will take about 6 to 8 hours. And if you have a solar panel, just a 60-watt solar panel, which I have like a 100-watt solar panel, but a 60-watt solar panel will allow this to charge to 5 to 7 hours. So once this is fully charged, what do you think you get out of that? What happens? What do you get for that amount of time? Well, first of all, you can hook up, you can see here, with USB ports. There's a 5-volt, 2.4 amp, and then the 3.0. So you've got a couple of different choices there that'll give you a lot of, quite a bit of power. And then output, yeah, you've got 12 volts at 10 amps. 10 amps is a lot. I'll tell you what I think 10 amps good for is this power port right here. It seems like that no matter what you have, if they give you a receptacle like this, you can pretty much run and charge everything. The thing that I'm wanting to use more than anything else is this solar charger. I mean, if I'm out in the desert somewhere, or quite honestly, I'm going to let you know, if you guys haven't checked out, my son has a van. We went ahead and set that all up for him to be a van dweller, and power is going to be a concern. Although he has a battery that's underneath the hood that will charge something and keep things going, and he does have 2 AGM batteries. We all know lithium ion, which that's what this has, is the way to go. It goes longer and gives you cleaner power, and you can use more of it before it's fully discharged, and it doesn't hurt the battery. So what I'm concerned with is plugging this in to recharge the unit and have my solar panel connected to it to run the system. Again, I can't believe how light this thing is. That other unit that I had, if you haven't seen that review, go check it out, is a very good unit. I couldn't believe how long it ran, just a standard fan that we had, a squirrel cage style fan, and I'm sure this one will do just as good. I mean, come on, it's 200 watt hours at 10 amps. I'm still trying to wrap my head around 10 amps. That's just incredible. As far as the unit itself, you can see really nice display, gives you a lot of features there that'll tell you what's going on. You need to know what's going on with this battery as far as output and input, and that's what this thing's all about. The form factor is incredible. I have to say, they knocked it out of the park with the form factor. Now, the one thing that I see that might be a concern with you is it's a little bit disconcerting to some extent, but I understand why they do it. You can see the output. You can plug in any household appliance, even if it's 3-prong. However, it's not grounded. This is just an open hole. Don't worry about it. Most of this stuff is really safe power. You shouldn't have any issue with it at all, but I do want to make mention of it. With the unit, you get a really nice booklet. I went through this earlier, and I couldn't believe how explicit it was and how well that they've got the instructions down pat. Quite honestly, whenever we get a lot of this stuff, we know where this is coming from. We know what kind of instructions we normally get. And the fact that this is in English and it's understandable, it's really nice. I mean, they've done a good job explaining everything to you. What I was looking for was something that might be able to power my computer and keep it charged, or my cameras or my phones. That's huge. Whenever we're out on the road, you got to realize that all of my data is through my phone and a hotspot. So if this thing is dead, I'm having a problem. I'm definitely having a problem uploading videos for you guys. So if this can keep this recharged, that's awesome. That's spectacular. As far as keeping my Note 9 recharged, come on, 17 times? This is going to recharge this roughly 17 times? Yeah, I can handle that easily. That will make it a lot easier for me to stay connected so you guys can keep on getting videos. The other thing is, it's a quick charger. So just like you would have with your regular Samsung, in my case, quick charger, this has it built in. This has the ability to quick charge my phone, which takes my phone from dead to full in about 35 minutes. I'm sure you guys can't tell by the camera, but this thing is roughly 10 inches tall, about 7.5 inches this way, by 2.5 inches wide. I have a lot of backpacks this will fit in. Again, you just heard me say something about the Predator 17X laptop. My laptop is definitely this thick whenever it's folded, and it's a lot bigger than this, so I could put this in with my laptop in a big backpack if needed to. So as far as running a fan, they're saying a mini fan will run about 4 hours. Now that fan that I had, that squirrel cage fan, I can imagine that's probably running about 1.5 to 2 hours easily. I mean, that's really good considering that you're out in the middle of nowhere. You might want to bring this out and keep mosquitoes off of you without having to plug into your RV and draining the batteries that are on board. Now, I don't have a GoPro, but I do have Sony action cams, and they're saying the GoPro can be recharged about 25 times. Come on, man, that's crazy. Just plugged into this thing. That makes things a lot easier. Again, not stealing away from the power of your coach. I know what you guys are saying. Why would I care if I'm plugged into this or I'm plugged into the RV? The thing is the batteries that are running this RV, they're running my 12-volt lights. They're running the 12 volts that are required to run the refrigerator. Even though I may have it on propane, you still need to have a battery connected for the igniter. It may be running the furnace, the blower motor. It also may be running quite a few other things inside the RV, like the water pump so I can take a shower. This will allow it to where I'm not stealing away from those critical components that I need whenever I'm camping. When I'm camping, I want to be able to do everything that you would normally think that you would do if you were plugged into a power port or a pedestal at a campground. So in this case, this will allow me to save those batteries that are out on the tongue and make it to where I don't have to run my generator as much. If I can recharge this with my solar panels, awesome. That's great. And it's saying that it will take just 60 watts to repower this in just a short amount of time. So the fact that I have 100 watts, that makes it awesome. Now, of course, that solar panel can also connect to my RV. However, I'd like to run some of those components, like my phone, my laptop, and whatever else might be small, as far as my cameras recharging, as far as this little unit recharging. It's nice to know that I have something that won't steal away from those critical components that run the entire RV. So I always have that power there. It's all about having power options, power supplies that won't leave you dead. And whenever your RV is dead, it takes a lot for those lead acid batteries to recoup themselves. Lithium ion, not so much. Lithium ion, that recovers right away. That's one of those things that whenever it gets recharged, it takes the charge right away and it holds the charge for a long time. And the fact that whenever you're using it, whenever you're using this component, you can discharge it a lot longer before it falls off, and it won't damage it. Not like lead acid batteries. And that's what we have on this RV is lead acid batteries. They have their place, they have their function. Now, as far as RVers, do we really need something like this in our RV? Most likely we're going to get away with what we have, even if we're out in the desert boondocking. But once you leave your RV, once you're out and you're doing something, this is really nice to have if you're a backpacker, which I'm not. Look at me. Look how big I am. You think I backpack and hike? I don't. But for backpackers and hikers, it's very small. Again, it's under 6 pounds and it's very, very slim. That's the best part about the design. I'm assuming inside here is just filled with lithium ion batteries, and that's how they can get all that power. Again, 10 amps. I don't know if you guys really pay attention to amperage on stuff, but 10 amps is a lot. If you think about it, my rooftop air conditioners in this RV, they use roughly about 14 amps whenever they're running. The fact that this supplies 10 amps, that's incredible. For how small it is, come on, that's crazy. So I'm going to put the links down below for this. Click the link, it'll take you right to the exact same unit that I'm talking about. And all the stuff that I have to connect to either my solar panel, to a wall port, or if I wanted to, I could buy the power port that allow me to connect to my car. It's nice to know that I could recharge this unit pretty easily. Now, it just so happens in my truck, I have a 400 watt inverter. However, that's running off of my battery that's on my truck. This would allow me to do something other than just powering my computer or my cameras or whatever, with the fact that this has a plug on it that lets me power up and run whatever it is I want to run without worrying about if I'm draining a battery that's a little bit harder to recharge and doesn't have the kind of capacity that this one does. So this is the S200 Suaoki. It's going to give you 200 watt hours and 10 amps. I'm still wrapping my head around that. If you guys want to purchase this, click the link down below. I'll take you right to it. And as always, guys, I hope to see you out there. Bye.